Okay, so you sent over some pretty wild material this week. We're diving into these claims by David Grush, the former intelligence officer.
Yeah, about the U.S. government supposedly having, non-human craft and trying to figure them out.
Exactly. And look, we hear UFO stories all the time, but this one, well, it feels a bit different, doesn't it? Coming from someone with his background.
It does. Grush isn't exactly coming from the fringes. He's claiming direct knowledge from inside intelligence circles, supposedly briefed on these very, very secret programs.
Right, that definitely makes you lean in a bit more. So the core of it seems to be this closed door briefing he reportedly gave. What exactly did he allegedly put on the table there?
Well, the reports we looked at suggest he presented classified documents, memos too.
Hmm.
And these supposedly show the U.S. has recovered actual craft, non-human vehicles, he calls them. Crash tech.
Crashed alien tech.
Okay. And not just recovered, but they've been trying to reverse engineer this stuff for, decades.
And the kicker is, these programs are supposedly so secret, they're hidden even from top congressional oversight.
That's the allegation.
Yeah.
Completely off the books, essentially hidden from the usual checks and balances.
He had that one quote that really stood out. We're not just studying the wreckage, we're copying it.
Yeah, that's a powerful line.
If that's true, what are the implications? It's hard to even wrap your head around.
Oh, huge. Imagine trying to replicate tech based on, well, physics we might not even understand yet.
Right.
You could be talking propulsion, energy sources, materials, stuff that sounds like science fiction.
Totally. But it also raises, serious questions. Who gets this tech? How is it controlled? Used?
Exactly. And Grush apparently didn't limit this just to the U.S., did he?
No, that's right. He mentioned other powers like China and Russia supposedly having similar recovered craft. How does that change the picture?
Well, suddenly it's not just a scientific curiosity, is it?
Right.
It frames it as a potential global, a race. A race to understand and maybe even weaponize off-world tech, as he put it. That ramps up the stakes massively on a geopolitical level, like a new kind of arms race.
Okay. But then you have the official denial. The Pentagon came out saying there's no verifiable evidence of any of this. Alien craft, bodies, none of it.
Which is, pretty much what you'd expect them to say, right?
Mm.
Standard procedure for claims involving classified matters or, well, aliens.
Sure. But what makes it complicated is that Grush isn't totally alone, apparently.
That's the other interesting layer. There are reports, unconfirmed but out there, of other former officials, pilots, engineers, intel folks who supposedly back up parts of his story, at least privately.
So it's not just one guy's word against the establishment. There might be others corroborating.
Potentially. It adds weight, makes it harder to just dismiss outright for some people. It makes you wonder why these other figures might risk coming forward, even anonymously.
And you can see the public reactions all over social media, Reddit, TikTok. People are dissecting every little leak and rumor.
Oh, absolutely. There's a huge appetite for this. It shows perhaps a bit of a breakdown in trust with official stories on this topic. People are looking for answers elsewhere.
Which brings us to that big question floating around. Why now? Why is all this surfacing now? Any theories?
Lots of speculation on that front. Is it some kind of controlled leak? A planned, slow disclosure? Or maybe it's simpler. Maybe individuals like Grush feel it's imperative to get this out. A sense of urgency, maybe, about the secrecy or the tech itself. We just don't know for sure.
So stepping back from all the details and the speculation, what's the main takeaway here? What should we be holding on to from this deep dive?
I think the key thing is the undeniable return of very specific, very serious allegations about non-human technology potentially being held and maybe even copied by governments.
Right.
And these claims are coming from someone presented as credible within the system, allegedly backed by others. It's forced the conversation back into the mainstream, whether you believe it or not.
It's definitely a lot to process. It really does make you look at the night sky a bit differently, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
Thanks for breaking this down. And for everyone listening, here's something to think about. If any significant part of these claims turns out to be true, how does that rewrite our understanding of, well, everything? Our place in the universe? It's a pretty fundamental question to sit with.